Hi, welcome. My name is Jennifer Fairbanks and I teach Algebra 2. I'm going to tell you a story about cribbage. So during Corona, I wanted to learn how to play. I tried teaching myself with YouTube, but it was quite complicated. So we reached out to some friends and they taught us. And my husband and I have been playing a lot. I thought it would be fun to bring it into my classroom and teach my students. I know a lot of us have anxiety about coming back to school this year, so I made sure to send an email a few days before school and just let them know that we were going to start off by playing cards. So the first day, we started by playing 30 Wonderful. Each group of students in groups of two had the deck of cards, and they were trying to make 5 rows and 5 columns that all add to 31. So they did this. Some of them found success. Some of them ran out of time. We shared our strategies, and it was a great way to get us thinking about math. The second day, we all had a deck of cards, and I just had them write down some facts about deck of cards, tell me everything they could see about it. We thought about the different shapes on the cards, and then I specified that those were called suits. So it's important to have the right vocabulary for what you're working with. We talked about where the number 52 comes from, and then the jack, queens, and kings. On that same day, we also brainstormed ways that you could add cards up to 15. So I asked the students to hold 2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards, and 5 cards that would add up to 15. They did that individually, and then they got up to the boards and they worked at groups of 3 to come out with all possible ways you could have 2 through 5 cards that add up to 15. Then they did a gallery walk and they walked around the room to see the different ways that students were organizing their work. And here are some student examples. We totaled all of the numbers to see who had a lot there, and nobody got all of them because the correct answer is 71 ways that you can add to 15. But they did a great job being mathematicians and investigating playing with numbers. On the third day, I taught them how to score with cribbage. So they each had a deck of cards again. They held up a pair of cards, which was interesting because some students held up a queen and an ace. Technically, it's a pair of cards, so I had to specify I wanted 2 of a kind, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind. We talk about what a run is, a flush, the importance of jacks in the game of cribbage, and then up at the top, we want to add to 15, we want to add to 31. If you can't get to 31, then you have to say go and you get a point. So we had all these crazy rules, and then we had to figure out how the cribbage board works, the method of play, and who scores first. So there's really a lot to do with cribbage. I was putting them to sleep a little bit, but they were hanging in there. So for the third day or the fourth day, they came in and they got to finally play cribbage. I had a lot of fun walking around to the different groups of students and helping them play and helping them score. And I even heard somebody said, now I can play with my grandmother. So I think it was worth it. We really got to know each other throughout this. And I think it's pretty cool when you walk into the classroom. It's kind of inviting to have the deck of cards, and they got more familiar. That second day, when we were just playing with the cards and learning about a deck of cards, I asked them to shuffle, and a lot of kids didn't know how to shuffle cards. So we learned that too, and I think we've come a long way in these 4 days. Along the way, other things that we've been doing getting to know you is I have a birthday board celebration. And so I invite the kids to tell me what walk-in song they would like to play on their birthday. So I have that poster in my classroom. I am trying to learn all of their names. So we did name tents where they wrote their name on one side. And then the first day they noticed and wondered. The second day they told me either something that made them smile or something they were looking forward to. Most of them were looking forward to getting home. And then on day 3, they were telling me 3 snacks that they would take on a long car ride. So I read through them and again, just getting to know them, trying to learn all of their names. We created an e-scrapbook. So I had the students each take a slide in a Google slide and put their own pictures, their hobbies, tell me 8 great things about them. And here is my page with a little bit of information. Those are my 4 sons and a lake that I really like to fish on. We did a Desmos, Math and Me, and the question was, drag the dot if you think you are a math person. So my face is kind of in the way, but I would say I had about 50-50 in some classes. Some classes were more on the agree side, some classes were more on the disagree side. So quite the variety that I'm starting with. And here's the sort of I don't really like math kind of thing. It's not fun. I'm hoping that I can bring some fun into the math along with the understanding. And then we do have the kids where it does make sense. They like math. They enjoy watching the videos and learning how to do the problems. They're up for the challenge. So I'm trying to build that confidence that you then need to be successful for math. Math does have a lot of feelings. I asked in the Math in Me, if math were an animal, what would it be? And explain. It would be a tortoise because math is slow, like not learning it. It just is. It could be a bee because it's essential, but it can be annoying and painful. It could be a tarantula if people are afraid of it, but some people keep them as pets. I am flipping the classroom this year. So last year with Corona, I created my own library of videos for Algebra 2. So I am reusing those, and those are going to be the students' homework. So they have to sit with their notes, their own notes in their notebook, watch the video. They're about 5 to 10 minutes, and then take notes. They can stop, they can rewind, they can do the problems within that. And then when they come into the classroom really is the workshop where they have me and sometimes another teacher in the classroom to help them do the math. The activities that we're going to use can be found on desmos.com, which is a great free website that has all these fun things. Here we're going to be investigating slope, we're going to be graphing lines. So anytime we're doing a discovery or an investigation or a reflection, we're probably going to be using Desmos. Delta Math, we'll use that for practice, review, and even our assessments. I switched over to using this last year with Corona, and it worked well doing this on the computer. They'll still have paper in front of them and still have to show their work. But on the left, you can see an example where they were asked to solve for a quadratic. They needed the quadratic formula. Delta Math goes ahead and it shows out the whole worked solution if they get it wrong. There's even a click so they can click on a video if they get it wrong. It provides a lot of instant feedback. So then moving forward, they're working in the right direction and not just getting things incorrect along the way. In Algebra 2, we're going to be picking up with Algebra 1, and we're going to be doing an extension. So we're going to be doing polynomials, a lot of quadratics. We're going to be doing systems. We'll get to logarithms, rationals, radicals, lots of graphing this year in our Algebra 2 curriculum. For extra help, I am going to be live for extra help at 2:30 in my classroom, which is 2:15, so the students can stop by then. We'll also have the flex blocks on Tuesdays and Thursdays during the school day that they can come for extra help as well. And communication, email is the best. I'm at J Fairbanks at the school, and I will try to get back to you within 24 hours. So there's some virtual cookies if you made it this far. Thanks for listening, and always email if you have any questions. Thank you.